A Christmas Carol. Gather close, my friends, for this is the story of a cold-hearted man who once despised Christmas, but learned, through a night of wonder and grace, that even the hardest heart can be made new. The man's name was Ebenezer Scrooge. He lived alone in a dim London counting house, counting his coins by candlelight while others sang carols in the street. He was sharp as frost and hard as flint, and "Bah! Humbug!" was his greeting to anyone who dared wish him Merry Christmas. His clerk, Bob Cratchit, shivered at a desk with barely a coal to warm his hands, while Scrooge kept a blazing fire in his own room alone. Even Scrooge's cheerful nephew Fred could not melt his uncle's heart with invitations or laughter. "Keep Christmas in your own way," Scrooge barked, "and let me keep it in mine." But on that fateful Christmas Eve, as the fog thickened and the bells tolled midnight, something stirred in the gloom of Scrooge's chamber. Chains rattled. A ghostly figure drifted in, the restless spirit of Jacob Marley, Scrooge's long-dead partner, wrapped in heavy chains forged from greed and selfishness. Marley's voice trembled like wind through a keyhole as he warned, "I wear the chain I forged in life. Yours was as heavy 7 years ago, and you have labored on it since." Before fading into the mist, Marley promised that 3 spirits would visit Scrooge before dawn to offer one last hope. The first came softly, the ghost of Christmas past, a being bright as a candle flame. It carried Scrooge through scenes long forgotten: the lonely boy left at school during Christmas holidays, the laughter of his sister Fan, who loved him dearly, and the tender eyes of Belle, the woman who once loved him until he chose gold over her heart. Scrooge wept as he saw what might have been, whispering, "Spirit, remove me from this place." Then came the second, the ghost of Christmas present, robed in green, with a crown of holly and a laugh that filled the room like bells. "Come and know me better, man," the spirit boomed, showing Scrooge the joy of Christmas morning. Children dancing in the snow, feasts spread in humble homes, laughter, song, and warmth in every corner. They visited Bob Cratchit's meager table, where the Cratchit family gave thanks for their tiny feast and for their precious son, Tiny Tim, frail but full of light. "God bless us, every one," the child cried, raising his little cup. The spirit's torch dimmed as he spoke sadly. "If these shadows remain unaltered, Tiny Tim will die." Scrooge's lips trembled. "No, kind spirit, say he will be spared." But the spirit only looked upon him with sorrow and faded into darkness. At last came the third and most dreadful visitor, the ghost of Christmas yet to come, silent and shrouded in black. It said nothing, only pointed with a long, pale hand. Scrooge saw men speaking carelessly of someone's death, unmoved, even amused. He saw thieves dividing the dead man's belongings, and finally he stood before a lonely grave. When he drew near, trembling, he read his own name upon the stone. "Spirit," he cried, falling to his knees, "hear me. I am not the man I was. Why show me this if I am beyond hope? I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year." The spirit's cloak dissolved, and Scrooge awoke, in his own bed, in his own room, alive. The church bells rang out and sunlight streamed in. "I'm as light as a feather, I'm as happy as an angel," he laughed, dancing about the room. He sent a great turkey to the Cratchits' home, gave freely to the poor, and that very afternoon joined Fred's family for Christmas dinner, where laughter and forgiveness flowed like good wine. From that day on, Scrooge was a changed man. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city ever knew. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed that knowledge. So, as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, every one.